Hey, it's Michael. Welcome to the channel where we figure stuff out together because we're all in this together. We're all in the stock market together, and it is big news. So I've been making videos for the past few months comparing the different stock channels. There's like 6, 7 channels that I watch, and I compare them and see how they're doing with each other. And that's all well and good when it's fish in the barrel at that point. They all can get a win here and there, so it's hard to decipher. Things have changed. Tariffs. This has been it took a very stable market, created a very rocky market. We can go up 1,000 a day, we can go down 1,000 the next day, or we even within the same day. So now it has really come down to who is best, which YouTube stock channel can get us through this period of time. I think this really comes down to two. There's 2 channels, 2 of the most popular channels. I don't know if you watch them. Let me know if you do. But there's, in this corner, Meet Kevin. He's got over 2 million subscribers. And in this corner is Jeremy, who has almost 1 million subscribers. I like them both. In my previous videos, I said I probably started out really watching Meet Kevin a lot, and Kevin would make his picks, and for the most part, he did okay. He was very successful at Tesla. Jeremy makes his picks on a regular basis. He is a bull, meaning he is always buying, and he's had Tesla and Meta, but now it's come to a head. And it's really interesting. It's an interesting moment in time. As much as we don't like stock markets going up 1,000 points and down 1,000 points, it's really separating the pickers. And we have 2 extremes right now. Meet Kevin has been, when I first started watching him, he was a bull. He was into the stock market. He was making his picks, but then he slowly over time got very conservative, more a bear, more thinking the stock market's going to go down. Now the tides are turning, and this, we all know the stock market is dropping. So they have divided, and Kevin is coming out with videos, and I'm going to give you some examples in a second, really negative about the market. And Jeremy, on the other hand, is like, we have hit bottom. This is the time to buy. Kevin is, we are the time to sell. And this is going to be the battle of the century for the YouTube stockbroker. So let's look at Kevin for a minute. I'm going to show you a couple of very recent clips within the last couple of days on his attitude with the market.
We are not prepared for what is about to happen in the economy. This could be worse than the global Great Reset that everybody's been talking about for years. It might finally be upon us. Look at the research institutions like TS Lombard, who are telling us that we are not pricing in a recession. The problem with underpricing a recession is that it means we have a lot more room to fall when and if the stock market goes poopy doopies. Especially as rapid cooling of real personal income growth leaves little room for error, all while equity allocations are at all-time highs. And this doesn't even factor in the effects of investment spending and hiring intentions emanating from the pervasive uncertainty that is stalking U.S. firms. In frickin' English, a lot of things are getting a little poopy-doopy, and institutions are finally waking up to it. I was early as usual. I come early on these things. Sorry, just adjust for that. But I will always give you my honest opinion, even if it's not the most popular thing to say at the time. Has been true for the last 17 years, but we've been under a QE regime. We are going into this potential risk recession without QE and without a stimulative Congress. There's no quantitative easing. There are not even low interest rates. We have high rates, quantitative tightening, and a government that wants to cut spending. This is the opposite of a buy the dip moment. That's my take, okay? But I'm using the data to analyze this, and I'm finding it, well, very undesirable to invest at some of these levels. Now,
okay, so we can see that Kevin is really thinking the market is going to drop. Now let's look at a little bit of Jeremy. And again, this is within the last couple of days. Let's see what Jeremy has to say.
Well, folks, for 2 months straight, the stock market really focused in on tariffs, and we've heard nothing about it for 2 months straight. Well, folks, I'm here today to announce we are beginning to turn a page. Yes, I posted inside my private stock group here this afternoon. I said this week marks a transition week. We grind down caring about tariff drama and what the White House is doing, and we start focusing on earnings. Next week, in the following 3 weeks, we are getting an earnings gauntlet. Get ready to rock and roll. MD, and then base case 200, bull case 300. Share. ELF, my base case is 150 on ELF. Bull case is 250 on ELF over the next 3 years. I think that one's going to bounce hard. I mean, hard. This whole tariff stuff is so overblown.
So here we are, millions of viewers getting the information from these two sides, billions of dollars at stake. Which way is it going to go? I'm fascinated. I am going to keep track of this. I'm going to watch this for everybody. I'm going to come in here and give you updates as we go. Look, at the end of the day, I hope Jeremy is right. I hope the market is going up. But I'm also thinking that Kevin probably is correct in the short term. And if that's the case, I have, made arrangements for that. I've put money on the side. So if the market does go down, I'm going to jump in on the low end. So how do you handle this? Leave a comment. Are you a meet Kevin? Are you a Jeremy? What do you think is going to happen? What's your strategy? Oh, by the way, this is not financial advice. Who would take financial advice from this guy? But let me know what you're thinking. We're all in this together. We have to figure this out together, but this one's a tough one. So it's going to be fascinating over the next several weeks. Let me know your thoughts, share with your friends and family, and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon.